Okay, I hope you can able to see my screen, right? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, contact.
Okay, great. So, fine. So we are here. Yesterday we have done the configuration of Tomcat, right? So we have done the configuration and even we created that credential. Let me try to access the Tomcat server. Okay, so which is this? So just go get into instead of /opt, get it instead of Apache and in directory. So here /.upload.sh. Just try to fetch your Tomcat dashboard using by this IP. Right, so the IP which is 2773. Okay, 2773. It's on Endeavor username, which is ABC, and password ABC. Perfect. So yesterday we have done this deployment. So far, do you have any questions? I did not share the command. Let me share this command. Tomcat configuration. Let me share over the chat box. Let me put into try. So any questions do you have? Yes.
Can you share that script which you written and while changing the while adding the username?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll share right away.
The goals also.
Goals already shared. Oh, okay, that updated, got it. Okay. So here itself on Jenkins itself, or let me create new sheet for Tomcat config file. Okay, so I'm just pasting over here. All right. And apart from that, yes, this one. Tomcat, right? So Tomcat permission file. So let me share that as well. Tomcat. Yeah. So this is the one, right? Okay, apart from that, perfect. And then my one is okay. Jenkins SOP document. So Jenkins SOP documents. Let me put it over here. All right, I'll do that. No worries. So first, let's try to understand how to deploy. We do have Tomcat server. So now Tomcat, which is running, right? And Jenkins server as well. I just started that service of Jenkins. Let me try to access the Jenkins dashboard as well. So parallelly we can deploy that application. So let me go to fetch using by A0, and the username which is admin, password admin. All right, so here you can see that we do have the WAR file, right? So now what are we going to do in terms of deploying into the containers? We are trying to deploy it into the standalone server, right? So we just built it that WAR file. Now we need to share the credential, the Tomcat credential to the Jenkins machine. So after share the credential to that Jenkins machine, and we need to install the plugin as well. With the help of plugin, we could able to, the Jenkins, it could be able to deploy that application to the respective application server. All right. So let's try to install the plugin, which is nothing but deploy to container. So that's the plugin. Okay, so deploy to container. So that is our plugin. Could you please go on mute, Sukanya? Yeah. Perfect. Cool. So yeah, first let's try to install the plugin, which is deploy to container. Go back to our Jenkins dashboard, and here we need to install. Okay, let me follow the notes so I can share. 1 second. Yeah. So here, first, what we need to do, install deploy to container plugins. All right. So after install, share the or insert the credential, into the Jenkins session. All right. So then third, which is nothing but, okay. All right. So third, we need, okay, create a contest path. That's very important, contest path. So when I say contest path, it's nothing but the name of the application. All right. Perfect. So the 3 steps, let's try to complete. Let's try to install deploy to container plugin. You just go back to the console, and here, all right, so you just go to that manage plugin, and here we do have the option. Let's try to install deploy to container. All right, so container, yes. So this plugin we need to install. So any deployment, if you want to do, let's try to install deploy to container. After install this plugin, the plugin, it's gonna be providing the space to give to insert that Jenkins credential, Tomcat credential over here. All right, so let's try to install the plugin. After install the plugin, you can see, I will show you where can we insert the credential. You just go back to the dashboard. Now the plugin, it is ready. Let's try to create one more job. So in that job, we can share the Tomcat credential. All right. So if you want to trigger the job, it's going to be deploying that application to that, respective app or web server. So now we need to create one more job. I could say the name of this job, which is deploy to, all right, so let me give deploy to Tomcat. That's the name. And here again, so again, we need to choose your URL. Okay, so I just want to copy that URL from here. Let me copy this URL and go back to this. Yeah, so let's try to paste, and now you can choose your version. All the stuffs will be similar. So let me choose that top level Maven, and here you can choose all right, so ABC Java, and let's try to set it up the goal, which is nothing but package. Because see, why we need to give the package in the sense, all right, so here this job is going to integrating with the package job. Okay, so that package job, it does the var file. So that's a reason while deploying. So the goal, it is going to be integrating with your package, and the package does the var file. So it's gonna be retrieving that, var file from the previous job. So, in terms of giving different goals, Maven, they have structured the goal, which is nothing but a package. Package does the raw data. So when I'm trying to trigger this job, it's gonna be, communicating with your previous job, which does var file. Make sense? So that's the reason I'm just giving the goal, which is a package. And here, Yeah, go ahead. Yes. Question? Perfect. Okay, so here, see, already we built it that the package, right? So now after builded the package, we want to deploy. So I need to choose that the post after builded. Where do you want to deploy? After install the plugin, you can see the option deploy to a container. So here artifact, okay, no. Coverage, JUnit, okay. It's not popping, deploy to container. Set build status, no. Setup, okay. Email notification, no. We have installed the plugin, right? Let's try to cross verify. And second, let's try to go back and see the installed option. So here we can see deploy to container. Perfect. So, oh, interesting. We have installed already, right? It was popping installed then deploy to container. Okay, did not install. Notification. So here dependency error Jenkins S3 publisher plugin. Okay. So indirectly depend plugins artifact feed to load global configuration plugin. All right. So, yep, let me try to see deploy to container. Why these plugins are not allowing to install deploy to container artifact uploader. Yeah, let's see deploy. What was the error it was throwing? Okay, so it is pulling the dependency plugin as well. We just installed the test3 for to maintaining the artifact, right? So that's the reason the deploy container, it has to integrate with your artifact component as well. Okay, so what it understood, when if I want to trigger the job, it's gonna be pulling the data from your S3 bucket. So that's the reason it's trying to install the dependency package as well. Okay, so what I can do, I can go for uninstall at this point in time. All these stuffs. Changes will affect restart. Okay, 1 second. Let me restart. All right, so now let me try to log in. Go back to that plugin dashboard. So here, Manage. There are updates are available, right? So what are the updates? Git client JUnit. Oh, multiple updates are there. All right, so let it be. Now let's try to install deploy to container. Deploy to container, it has to install. Internet speed is good, right? Oh, that'd be fine. I think so. Now it is started to installing. Let's wait. So after install the plugin, we can share the Tomcat credential. So this is for agile methodology. Okay, so who all are, I mean, working in agile methodology, probably you might be aware of. So directly we can build on Jenkins and push into artifact tool. And from the artifact tool, directly it's going to be deployed on virtual machine. It's going to be a virtual machine or app engine or app service or Google engine, right? And other pass, I would say Lambda in AWS, app services, function app, these are Azure platform. Okay, and so it's no, we do have multiple uh, environment, I mean platforms out there for deployment. Okay, so right now we are trying to deploy top of microservices. Not right now. Once deployed top of Tomcat, then we can go and understand that, microservices architecture. This is very important. Okay, so most of the organization, they're expecting who knows microservices architecture and the container platforms, orchestration tool, how to do the automation with that. So that's pretty much important. So when you go for Kubernetes, Docker, most of the cases, we are going to writing the script. There is no command. The command will be there. I would say 30% of command will be there. So most of the cases, we can write it down the script over there and just trigger the script. It has to do the automation. We'll understand. It's taking time. Okay, let it be. Meanwhile, let's try to build a CI/CD pipeline for all the job. It's taking the time to get installed. I just want to go make it duplicate. Let me go back to dashboard. So it is getting, yeah, cool. Let's try to build this pipeline. Okay, so Polysiem, timer, pipeline, and webhook. Let's try to build this. All right, so Polysiem already stated, I have given the definition as well. It's going to be monitoring your repository. If I do any changes with your repository, immediately it's going to be fetching the modified files from the repository and will push into the timer. The timer, it has to make the relationship between all the job using by upstream and downstream. And pipeline, which is nothing but for our understanding, it's going to be providing the dashboard, and it does 4 types of card. Webhook, frequently if you want to retrieve the modified file from the GitHub to Jenkins, let's try to configure the webhook as well. Cool. So I'm just going to configuring Polysiem. Any questions on this? Any questions do you have? Cool. So now let's see. Okay, so we do have the repository, right? So we just post to the repository, which is here. So let me try to pull this repo. Okay, so let me try to pull this repo. I'm just going to copy this URL Um, let's see, for understanding perspective, I'm just taking that repository. Let me create one more job, which is job 3. Okay, so job 3 freestyle and hit OK. Here, right, so why it is taking time to show the dashboard? Let's see the metrics. Here, does it is consuming more of your CPU? Okay, 71. Okay, disk read. Where is disk read? Disk read is normal, then why it is taking? All right, let it be. Here, so let me try to paste. Okay, I just given that repository URL and it's pulling from the master. Um, all right, so I don't want to use any Maven stuffs over here because it does not have any pom.xml. Okay, so we don't need to choose any Maven. Directly I can pull the code. Let's see. I'm just going to apply, save. Okay, I'm manually, I started to building this. Let's see here. Failure. Okay. Could not find any versions to build the repository branch configuration. Okay, why should I give this configuration? Configure source code URL I have given. It's not necessary to give that Maven. GitHub, okay, failure, could not find any version to build. Why? I don't have the pom.xml. Why should I give that version? Verify the repository branch. Interesting. Okay, got it. So no credential specified. Is this private repo? Sorry, this one, I'm sorry. Which URL did I copy it? 1 second, I just want to cross verify. Might be that URL may GitHub. Oh, that's correct. This is the one we just pulled, right? That's correct. And second, is this private or public repo? Industry repository. It is public repo. Then let's try to give that Maven. Let's try to give Maven, but it is not at all necessary. I don't know why. Throw in the configuration file. Let's see. Again, let me try to build. Yeah, that is. Commit. Configuration for this job. Okay. UAT working. Let me give this. UAT working. AT working branch, just giving. It's not record. Okay, okay, got it. So what was the issue? See here, there is no master. It was main, but it was trying to pull the data from the master. Correct. In this location, have you seen that? Have you seen that? Here, previously it was master, but the master location is not available in the repository. It was main. So that's the reason it could not able to find the source path. I just changed that location. Instead of giving main, I have given a working branch. So now it can able to pull the code. Okay, so now it is pulled. You can see, go back to workspace here, and yep, that's perfect. So it is pulled. Okay. So now let's try to configure the policy. I'm just talking this part. Okay, so policy. So when you want to do the configuration using by Policium, right? We should know the cron job. I hope you guys be aware of how to schedule using by cron job. Okay, I will provide the syntax how to schedule. I hope in Linux you have studied how to schedule the cron job, right? That's quite important. Let me show you here. All right, so I mean, if I do any changes in this repository, right, Policium has to monitor the repository immediately. The particular, the scheduled time has to trigger the job. When the scheduled time, if it is triggering, it's gonna be pulling the modified file from the repository. So that's the reason we record Policium. You can go and see in any real time, right? So they do have a book configuration. They do have Policium configuration as well. Okay, so let me try to do that. Go back to this job tree, because this URL be inserted over here. So I just want to schedule the Policium. Go back to the configure. Yeah, go back to the configure dashboard. So here you can see build trigger. So yeah, see Policium option is there. Let me choose this. Here we can schedule. So when I want to schedule, you can see the syntax. First one, which is minute, hour, day of month, day of week. Right. Even they have given the value 0 to 59 and 0 to 23, 1 to 31. All right. So now let me schedule. I just want to schedule every day 6 p.m. How can we? Anybody? Every day 6 p.m. I just want to schedule. Anybody?
0 space.
0 space.
18.
Perfect. Okay.
Star, I think. For everyday star.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay. Okay.
And then star.
Then star. Okay. Then star. Perfect. So Saturday, Sunday, I don't want to do. What would be the value? Saturday, Sunday, we don't want to build. Monday to Friday. You can see. 0 and 7 or Sunday. So can I give like this? If I want to build a Monday to Friday, in the sense 1 to 5, because 6 is Saturday, 7 is Sunday. Am I right?
Yeah, you can give.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you can give.
Yeah, we can give. That's correct, right? All right. So see, actually, in the real time, end of the day, after then the developer jobs end of the day, let's consider 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. or sometimes 8 p.m. they started to build. Okay, but at this point in time, I'm just going to build the interval time, which is 2 minutes or 1 minute. Every 1 minute has to trigger the job. Okay, so let me schedule like this. Every 1 minute means how can we schedule? Or every 2 minutes, anything would be fine. How can we?
Start by one. Start.
All right, that's correct. So yeah, perfect. So every 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So every 1 minute, it's going to trigger. Let's see. I just want to apply. See, so far the last build is 4, right? So which is started, builded by admin. Now we can see 5th build, it should get happen. Your timer is on. 5th build, will it get happen or not? Will it get happen? Now 5th build, will it get happen? I just want to understand. Did you understand the policing concept or not?
It should happen, sir.
It should happen. How? See, Policium responsible.
Every 1 minute.
Yeah, every 1 minute it is monitoring. See what I said. Every 1 minute, Policium is going to monitor the GitHub. Correct. So if there is any changes only, it will started to build. So far we did not do any changes, right? How will it trigger? How will it trigger? It will not. Now let's see. See, now I hope 1 minute is done, but still trigger did not happen. Let's see here. See, 6 minutes. Previously we have seen 4.51 second. Almost 1 minute is crossed. Now I'm going to do some changes. Let's see here. I just want to, okay. See, instead of the file 8, okay, I just want to give one more statement. Created a demo for a poll SCM. All right. So I just want to give committed. Perfect. So now you can go back and see. See, 5th build will get happen. Let's see. Because we have done some changes, right? With your repo. Let's see now. Can you understand now? What it is doing? We did not do any build over here. Automatically, poll SCM is triggering the build. So now you can see, go to here. It is, yeah, clearly it is telling somebody updated in file 8. Makes sense? Is it making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the functions it does. So Policium, after scheduled, if there is any changes at your repository, only it will start to trigger. Unless it won't. Cool. So now let's try to understand timer. Okay, go back to this dashboard. Why this plugin is getting failed? 1 second. The only go now without this plugin we can't deploy. Okay, I'll come back. First let's try to configure timer. See, let's try to make the sequence for Maven. So Maven, it does 5 jobs, right? So far we just built at 5 jobs over here: compile, code review, and third one, which is metric check, and the fourth unit test, and 5th one is package, right? So let's try to make the sequence over here. Okay, so First, let's try to go to that compile and now here, go back to the configure. Here we do have again, not Polisium, we are scheduling using by timer, right? So you can choose build periodically. So here I can say that, every 2 minutes, we just want to build. All right. So every 2 minutes, we just want to build. I just want to, okay, we just want to schedule. So in the first job I have scheduled. Okay, so if you go for other job, we should not schedule. We need to make the relationship using the upstream and downstream. Go back to code review. Here configure is there, right? Go to build trigger. Here we should not schedule. You can see trigger build. Oh no, sorry. Second option, build after other project. Which project? Build after compile. Correct, that is the upstream. So after build compile, code review has to trigger. I'm just going to apply. See, you can see upstream, which is compile. So I'm sorry, go back to go, see, automatically timer started to trigger. Now, next to code review, metric check. Sorry, unit test. So now here, let's try to configure. After which one? Anybody?
Code review.
Code
Perfect,
review.
right? So perfect. So now go back to fourth job, metric check. So after which one? Unit test. So let me give here after unit test, if it is filtered, then yeah, perfect. So it's gonna be triggering and go to the package. Let's try to give metric check over here. Metric check. All right. Perfect. So package at this point, it is the last job. Now you can see, go to compile. Downstream is code review. Go to code review. Upstream is compile. Downstream is unit test. Go to unit test. Upstream is code review. Downstream is metric check. Again, go to metric check. Upstream is unit test. Downstream is package. Package only does upstream. Make sense? Now you can see the logs as well. Okay. Okay. Use of command -f colon. Let me filter that. Which one? Okay, what is our column name? Oh, 1 second. Tail -f. Location. So here, perfect. So here, tail -f and okay. So now you can see started to building. So first column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Okay, column 5. See here, logs is happening. First one, timer triggered for compile. Second one, upstream triggered. You can see code review. Third one, upstream triggered for okay, it's yeah, unit test. You can see, sorry, here. Upstream triggered for unit test. Perfect. So now the job is successfully built. Then next one. Perfect. See, upstream. I mean, metric check, it started to trigger. Perfect. So now we can see it is successfully built. Then fourth job, sorry, fifth job, package. Package has to trigger, right? Why package is not getting triggered? Go back to the dashboard. So here, metric upstream is metric. Okay, okay, now it's triggering. Started. Jenkins started the completed. Again, it's okay. What about the package? Package did not get triggered, right? Package. Oh, it's triggered. I'm sorry. So now it's triggering, correct? So now what we have done in the sense of we just made the I mean the relationship between all the job, right? So let's try to install the pipeline now. So I just made the relationship between all the job. Let's try to install the pipeline. You need to install the plugin, which is plugin name. Okay, the plugin name for building pipeline. Yeah, build pipeline. Yes. So go to manage Jenkins. Sorry, manage plugin here. Build a pipeline. I'm just guessing. Let's see. Docker pipeline. No, it's a build. Yeah, that's correct. This is the one. So just try to install this plugin. Deploy to container. Let's try to understand why it's keep on getting failed. So now I'm just installing build pipeline plugins. It has to install. So then here we do have advantage, when if you are installing other plugin, any plugin, if does want to get update, automatically it will pull. You don't need to schedule any time to get update. Previously we need to schedule for this plugin Saturday or Sunday has to pull, has to get the update if you go for data files update or binaries update or OS patching. So we need to specify that and we need to trigger as well. Okay, but at this point by default they do have the option which is automatically pull or automatically will get update. That's quite advantage. Even if you go for Azure pipeline, so we do have two pipeline, one which is a build and a release pipeline. Okay, so it is completely managed by Microsoft. You just write it on the script over there and you just trigger the script. It's gonna be pulling all the dependency plugins over there. Again, if you want to customize also, we can do that, but most of the cases we are preferring, PaaS services, which is managed by Microsoft itself. Okay, so they do have auto scaling, master slave, all the topology they are going to manage. The underlayer, which it's gonna be managed by Microsoft. So you just try to build your pipeline. So based on your consumption, it's gonna be scaling up and scaling down behind it's happening. So that's quite advantage, but it is quite expensive as well. Okay, so yeah. So Azure pipeline, pipeline. All right, so now you can see here. See, this is the Azure pipeline. You can see this is the flow as well. Okay, your Visual Code will be there. Instead of Git repo, they are using Azure repo, behind of Git only. Okay, don't worry, Git is their own product. And here test plan will get happen. That's quite advantage. Okay, so a test analysis is nothing but again they're going to capture the bugs. And Azure pipeline, so Azure pipeline, it has two category, one which is build and release pipeline. I told you, right? So in such cases they used to deploy VM, or in such cases they used to deploy web apps or Azure application or function app or app service. These are a lot. By default they do have the scale set, auto scaling. Okay, so nowadays most of the organization they're using Azure pipeline as well, but fundamentally same what we are discussing, right? The same fundamental will be there. It is PaaS. Right now we are discussing which is IaaS. Okay, so we install the build pipeline plugins. You just go back and here we do have the option, right? So let's try to create the name for the dashboard. I can say that the dashboard, I mean the application name, which is, all right, so I can create the Flipkart for this. Build a pipeline view. Yes, we want to see here packages building. Build pipeline view. Okay, and you can restrict, I mean, based on the users also, what are the jobs does he want to see? We can restrict as well. So in this dashboard, no need to, I mean, these are the description definition as well. It's up to you. Or if you want to specifically give anything, you can give. So I just want to give a Flipkart pipeline. It is quite important. Already we have done the relationship between all the jobs, right? So the first job, which is compile, and next code review. Now I'm just going to apply and hit OK. You can see the dashboard. See, this is the dashboard. So this 5 jobs belongs to a Flipkart application. You can create one more pipeline for other application. ATM application. On top of single machine, you can create multiple, pipelines. I'm just going to trigger the pipeline. You can see yellow card. So second job, again, you can see that logs. Second job, it is triggering upstream compile trigger to, you can see that, which is, yeah. So now it started code review. Perfect. So you can see that code review it's triggering. Now code review is done. Next, it's gonna be unit test. So any card, I mean any job in meta, if it is popping red color, then you just consider the next job is not going to trigger. So unless resolving the bugs for the respective jobs, the next job it's not going to be triggering. Make sense? Any questions? So for webhook right now we can't because I don't have Groovy script I had, but unfortunately I missed that Groovy script to integrate with your webhook. So right now I'm not able to demonstrate, but rest of that I have demonstrated. Any questions so far? Any questions? Yep.
So this job is running continuously. Is it like?
I'm sorry.
I'm going to say job 1 to job 4. It's keep. I'm going to say it's keep executing. Is it like will it stop for certain time?
Why do you want to stop for a certain time? I'm not understanding what you're trying to say. First job and fourth job, do you want to stop?
I'm going to say if I'm supposed to stop this, what should I do?
If you want to stop in the sense, go and disable timer over here in the first job.
Okay. So that the rest doesn't get executed further.
How will it get? See, I mean, the first job, if you disabled, other job, how will it get triggered? It won't, right? Timer only initiating the first job. Are you getting? Got it? Shop secure. So if you want to stop the whole pipeline, you have to disable, I mean, you need to remove the cron job from the first job. Automatically, all the job will get stopped. Specifically, you cannot able to stop any job.
Got it.
All right. Others, do you have any questions so far? Cool. So, see, from day after tomorrow, okay, I think so. Day after tomorrow, we don't have a session because in my office vaccination, I have a vaccination slot. So tomorrow I'm going to take the vaccination. So day after tomorrow, we don't have session on Friday. Okay, tomorrow we do have the session. All right. So here from Monday onwards, it's a very important topic we are going to understand. So especially Docker and Kubernetes. I would advise don't skip any session, especially when you are attending Docker and Kubernetes. Dependency or more. So if you're missing third session, fourth session, you cannot able to understand. So again, you need to go back and see the video and come back to see the come back to see the fourth session. Then only you can understand. Multiple dependency will be there because we are going to understand the scripting, right? So when I'm explaining the scripting, parameter, classes, variables are quite important. Okay, so from Monday, please try to make available of your time. Okay, so let's try to understand all the stuffs, Docker, Kubernetes. Okay, so tomorrow again, let's try to understand what is the issue, why the plugin is not getting installed, or if it is keep on throwing the error. I will copy the WAR file, put it to Tomcat. I will show you, and in offline, let me try to resolve this issue. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to deploy that application top of Tomcat. Let's try to fetch your application once we could, and we can kickstart with the Docker platform. All right.
So Jenkins is this is all.
I'm sorry.
So
No,
is
Jenkins.
over?
No. Jenkins, we need till Kubernetes. Still, we need to create a job for converting as a image of your application and pushing that into Docker Hub. Jenkins, we record till Kubernetes. Got it? Because most of the shell script we are going to, here itself we can write it on the shell. Go back here. So just go back and when you are writing that Docker file using by shell script, right? So yeah, not here. I'm sorry. So here, go to any job. Here only we are going to writing the script. Okay, so when you're writing the Docker file or manifest file, something if you want to do, you're triggering over here itself. Cool then. So any questions before winding?
We don't have session on Friday.
Yes. Yeah. So because, I got the information after taking the vaccination, next day will be more tired. I'm not sure. So that's the reason I just want to inform as priority. We don't have the session. All right. So I hope you guys have you taken vaccination or still not it?
I've taken the first dose.
Yes.
Oh, great. Perfect. Okay. So nowadays, most of the organization they're offering, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So which one is better, Covaxin or Covishield? Actually, I'm just waiting for Pfizer, but Pfizer, it may take some time to export from US to India, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
think
tentatively
Moderna
they're
is
saying after
already
June
there.
you might get.
Sorry, Ravi.
Tentatively after June we might get Pfizer. That's what they're saying.
Okay, but Pfizer, they have given the 100% result. If you go instead of Covaxin, Covaxin and Covishield. More than this, Pfizer.
We have different notions to it. Pfizer, they say efficacy is 90 to 94%.
It is 80
Whereas-
to 85, right? Covaxin
Yeah.
and
Covishield is 80 to 85.
But Covaxin is not recommended if you want to go any other countries. Covaxin is not eligible.
No.
Covishield.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have gone through the documents which I got, so clearly they stated Covaxin there. It is not eligible if you want to go abroad. So Covishield only they are allowing.
Okay. Yeah, because it has got approval in 130 countries. It's with other name as well, AstraZeneca.
I think so. Till 20, we may get the slot from our company. After 21, government already they have announced, right? It is free for 18 plus. So most of the private hospital, they are not going to provide this vaccination. So how did you feel when you are taking that vaccination?
I have
Only
taken
pain on
Covishield.
the injected shoulder.
Okay.
Again, it depends. Like if they are folding your shoulder, you might get pain. If it is in relaxed mode, you might not get shoulder pain.
Mhm.
But it depends from person to person.
That's correct.
Few people get chills and fever. Few people will feel some dizziness kind of thing. But it's not that you won't get that many symptoms normally.
Okay. Mhm.
Better you take Dolo 650 mg. That is much better.
Which one?
One medicine is there for fever and all. So Dolo 650 mg. I'll text you on that.
Okay. So if you're getting any fever.
Yes.
Yeah, once
No,
they give
try to
vaccine,
take
right, they only give you medicines, couple of tablets. One will be for fever, the other one will be for gastric kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
Okay.
took from private, so they haven't provided any medicine. So we have to take by.
Yeah, they will suggest Dolo 650, which is a paracetamol thing.
Okay. Mhm. Okay, got it. Let's see. Might be we are expecting on lockdown. Let's see. So it's seriously no. Our time consumption is more, right, when you are working from home. We don't have timeline.
Yeah,
So morning if you're logged in, so till 9, 10, sometimes 11. It's hardly to consume the time. I mean, to maintain the time. It's very hard. All right, let's see. Cool then, guys. We'll meet up. Thank you. Bye bye.
yeah.
Thank you, Bharti.